to another episode of Founder Fumbles, where we talk about real life entrepreneur struggles, real comeback strategies. I'm your host, Dahmari Taplin, and today we have a very special guest. She's an author, educator, media specialist, storyteller, and she believes that our greatest setbacks can become our greatest testimony. Ladies and gents, we have T.R. Monroe.
Hello. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for being a part of the Founder Fumbles podcast. So before we even get kicked off, can you please tell everyone who is T.R. Monroe?
Well, if you put it into one sentence, I am a hope dealer.
The hope dealer. Okay.
I'm a hope dealer. And in everything I do, my writings, my teachings, my speaking, I work on helping people believe that healing is possible and that God isn't finished with them yet. I am from North Carolina, Salisbury, North Carolina.
Okay.
Small town, but I have big hope.
Okay, nice. So what kind of hobbies what's your hobbies? Like what you do for fun and stuff like that?
I'm a librarian, so reading, and I enjoy spending time with my family.
Okay, nice. So you telling me before the call started that you like fell and you hurt yourself. What happened?
I was at another job and I ended up falling through a wooden deck. The planks gave way and my whole body fell through it.
Oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. Did you like hurt your ankle or something like that?
Nothing is broken, but I am very bruised up.
You sound like you're very blessed too, because you're still here with us.
Yes, it could have been a lot worse, but God.
Right. Okay. So tell me like one skill that you wish you had. You know what I mean? Do you like wish you could fly? Do you wish you could like be invisible? What's one skill that you wish you had?
I wish that I had the skill of marketing.
Okay. Well, that's what you got me here for, to help, right? To help with the content stuff. Okay. So why do you wish you was better at like marketing? Just tell me why.
I mean, I could do the writing, I could do the research. That's just my forte. But my niche is not in marketing. I get out there and I promote myself, I guess, but I'm not getting a lot in it.
Right. So
I don't know if it's the Gen X in me, the old age, and nobody wants to see an old woman on TikTok, Instagram, and on Facebook, but
that's not it.
I'm there and I'm trying to get my name out and I'm trying to get my message out.
Okay, so you are sharing content and stuff. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's why it's time for us to collaborate. I will start sharing your message on my platform and all that good stuff. So tell me what one thing that some people like misunderstand about you as a person.
They all think I'm strong, and because they think I'm strong, they think that I haven't gone through. And even when my first book came out, I had a lot of family members to say, I didn't know you were going through that.
Okay.
Nobody knew because I kept to myself. I didn't want to bother anybody. I had that people pleasers issue that I don't want to bother them.
Right.
I can take care of it.
So you said you wrote a book before.
Yeah, I had 3 books.
Okay, so tell us about your first book, your second book, and then your book that you are releasing now. Or are you releasing your fourth?
I just released it.
Okay. So do you want to talk about this book first and then go back about your other ones?
Let me start from the beginning.
Okay.
And my books are the Healing and Freedom series. My first one is We Still Rise. It's a workbook for the people who dealt with betrayal, grief, and want to become something more than that. Book has the beginning of my testimony in it. The second book is Beyond the Good, and it's about that good girl, nice guy syndrome, where we grow up and we're told that we need to be polite, we need to say yes, we need to help when we can. And we end up getting programmed to the point where we feel bad saying no. We feel bad not being able to help someone else. And that's very tiring over the years. And then we wonder why we're always exhausted and burned out because we can't pour into other people's cups if ours is empty. And then my third one is Feeling, Faith, and Freedom. I call it FQ. That's my education background there. And it's actually a prayer journal, 52-week prayer journal with unfiltered prayers, prompts to help guide you in creating your own prayer. And it also each week has a song that's related to that scripture for that week.
Okay, that's nice. So, are all of your books like this interactive, like, writing it, somebody else
Right.
write it too?
Yes. I believe in journaling
Okay, me too.
because I believe that, I experienced being able to go back in my journals and reflect. Why did I do this? What did I do? Where do I need to go next? That's the way that our trials become lessons and we're able to grow from them.
Okay. So, what inspired you to like become an author? Is it just your educational background, or you wanted to help people do something? What inspires you to become an author?
It's my background. I come from a family of educators, and my father is also an author. So this is a long time coming because I kept saying, okay, I want to write. I want to write. I want to put my experience to help somebody because I know if I'm going through it, somebody else is.
Right.
But I kept saying, nobody wants to hear my word. And then I'll turn around and do something else. Year after year after year, I say it and I don't do it. I had a traumatic event. I had a divorce, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back with me. I said I needed to find myself because as females, we tend to identify ourselves with our husbands, our kids, and we lose who we really are. So I ended up going through my journals and really looking at them and the things that I've done in my journals. My journals are actually the outline for my books.
Okay. I'm creating a book as well, and it also started off with journaling. My book is actually called From Start to Finish. It's not finished yet, but it's called From Start to Finish, and because I'm not finished yet.
It will be.
It's about my journey to being a successful entrepreneur.
Okay.
And that's why it's not finished yet because I'm just now getting over that hump, and it got started with podcasting. But I did notice when I was doing my research about you that you had a message out there. It says healing is both spiritual and practical. What does that mean? What does it mean to you?
Healing is feelings plus faith, and it equals healing. We have to remember that in the Bible, he tells us that he's with the brokenhearted. He tells us to drop all our worries. He shows us that we have to make healthy boundaries. We have to take a break because he did it in the Bible. He took a break. Even Jesus took a break. So the faith does not void our feelings. It enhances them.
So do you feel like taking a break is a part of healing?
I do. You need that quiet time to focus on you, to find out who you are, to find out where you need to go, to pray, to meditate, and to actually feel and get that spirit so that it tells you what's next. Because as long as we're following in his will, we're good. The thing is, when we go out of that will, he'll turn everything upside down.
So do you also feel like storytelling is a part of healing?
It is.
Like,
It is. With me doing my storytelling, it really helped me build my faith. It helped me understand that I can have joy, not just happiness, but joy and that peace that beyond all understanding. So it really guided me to reach out because we all have that in us. We might not think we can, but we all have it in us.
So can you tell me the name of your last book one more time?
Feeling, Faith, and Freedom.
Okay. So what do you hope people get from reading Feeling, Faith, and Freedom?
Understanding that they work hand in hand because they are not enemies against each other.
So when you say that they go hand in hand, is that freedom, faith, and
faith and feelings go together.
feelings? Okay, feelings go together. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What's the reason? What can you explain it? Can you go deeper into that?
A lot of people in some institutions believe that you got to pray through it. Oh, if you were praying hard enough, you wouldn't be going through this. Oh, if you had more faith, you would be okay. That's not true. That is not true. He tells us in this world too, we should have trials and tribulation. We're going to have problems. We're going to have things that come up. Yes, we're going to pray on them. Yes, we're going to seek his will, but it's going to happen. It happens to the just as well as the unjust. So we got to really get rid of that taboo that we can't have feelings and still have faith.
Okay. So what type of people do you think experience those type of feelings? that we can't have feelings instead of faith, and that faith and feelings go together. What type of people do you think experience that?
Everybody experiences to a point, but a lot of the old school churches, I call them carnal Christians because they really don't understand the will of God. And they put off their shortcomings on others by telling them these things.
Do you mean when you say feelings go hand in hand with faith? Do you mean like those people that feel like they might have lost faith because they because I got a friend, it's his wife, and he feel like God took his wife away, and he's pretty much lost faith.
Yes.
Is this who your type of people, the type of people that your book is for?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first book does deal in grief and lets us know that grief is not linear. Grief goes at different stages, and grief does not have a timeline. We can have grief, years come, but we'll learn how to handle it. We can feel like we're okay, and then the anniversary of that event comes up and our grief comes back. But we know, and we have the tools at that time to actually handle it and sit in that grief and experience it and know that this grief makes us stronger for the next step.
Why do you feel like some people grieve better than others?
I don't.
You don't
I
think?
don't. I think some people put on a mask and they say that they're good because we're quick to say, "Oh, how are you doing?" "Fine, I'm doing good. How are you?" We're quick to say that. We don't want other people to know that we have weaknesses. But we do. We want everybody to see us as that strong person. We want everybody to know that I have overcome that problem. But that problem is what makes us grow. We gain strength. He gives us these tribulations to make us strong.
I know, I agree. I actually think that, everything that we go through is needed to make it to that next step in
Yes.
your whole journey.
Mhm.
Like you can't even get there without this trial, without the trials and tribulations that you've been through. So what type of sacrifices or trials and tribulations did you have while like writing this book? I'm thinking about other authors right here that feel like they can't finish their book because they're going through trials and tribulations.
In time, I lost hope at some time because that little devil on my shoulder kept telling me nobody wants to hear this. And I ended up putting it down for a while. I got to the point where I was like, what my generation, we were taught what happens at home stays at home. These books have my testimony, and that's my business going out.
So how do you feel about, just putting your personal business out there? Because that's pretty much what I'm going through too. I ain't gonna say I'm going through it, but I'm putting my personal business in my book. So how do you feel about putting your personal business out there?
I think that was why it took me so long to actually write it, because I was like, no, this is going to hurt so and so. People are not going to understand this. They're going to ask me, why didn't I tell them? Because when my family members and friends actually read it, they was like, we never knew you were going through that. And that was that part of me that I didn't want to bother anymore. We need other people with like minds, with that equally yoked. We need them. We can't do these things all by ourselves. God gives us people for a season, for a reason.
That's true. That's true. Do you think it's like, do you think it's difficult promoting like yourself when your work is so personal?
Yes, it is. I still have sometimes questions that come up that I actually had to stop and think and know how to phrase it. I've gone through everything from child essay to betrayal, abandonment, growing up on the other side of the railroad tracks, as they say, and not understanding that we were poor because my mom did everything she could to make sure we did not see that.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. You said you was struggling with marketing and stuff like that when it came to like your business and stuff. I mean, not your business, but your book. Did you use any like AI tools to help you put things together? Are you using AI in any type of way?
Oh my goodness. With being in education and working as a media specialist, that is my forte. I teach teachers and students how to use it responsibly to get the results that they need.
Okay, so you teach people how to use AI responsibly in
Yes.
education.
And in education. Now, the thing is, I have all my stuff typed up, my outlines, my thoughts. In my outline is like a little statement and then a paragraph of what I thought,
Mm.
what happened to me during that time. And I took all of that, put it.
You are skipping a lot. Do me a favor. Turn off your video and turn it back on real quick. Just hit the video button, then turn it off and turn it back on if you can, if you don't mind. I just want to turn it back on. Okay. I think that's a little better. Can you try to talk?
Hello there.
Okay, it's a little bit better. It's still skipping a little bit, but it's okay. So what AI tool did you use to like help you with your book specifically? Do you have anything?
ChatGPT is my assistant for my business. It has all my dates, all my calendars. I uploaded my drafts of all my books in there. It has everything. It knows this whole journey of these books.
So right now we're talking about faith, healing, and purpose. So what do you think is the difference between surviving and healing? If you could put some words to it.
Surviving is lying to yourself because you're telling yourself, I have gone through all of this. It's done, but nothing's ever truly done. Those trials are what made us. Those trials are us. Now, healing is where you actually are honest with yourself and God, and you're actually accepting that this has happened. I need to seek His will, His word, in order to know where I need to go from here. Healing is saying, okay, yes, that happened. Healing is understanding that I know that my healing never ends. It is truly a journey. And in that journey, we're going to go up and down with the healing. Will it come back? Yes.
Let me ask you,
Will you understand? Okay.
do you think somebody can heal without forgiveness?
That's hard because in the case of a lot of things, you need to, whether you're forgiving yourself or someone else, you have to understand that keeping hold of it keeps you prisoner to it. You have to let go. You have to say, I forgive you, and you have to say it for yourself. Now, there's some times when you can't tell someone else that you forgive them because of possibly death or other situations, but you can in your heart, in your meditation, say, I forgive you, I release this, and I know that this is a stepping stone for me to do better things.
Let me ask you a question. What advice would you give to someone that's carrying like a load of shame?
Let's see. The shame is hard because shame is hooked on to our ego. We're wanting to keep that hidden because we don't want other people to judge us. That's why we end up holding on to it.
Got you. So, as far as like the advice that you would give them, like, is there any step that they should take in order to like get over shame?
Meditate. Write it down. What am I ashamed about? What led me to being ashamed to this? And once you see it on paper, you're able to say, okay, I can reroute. And instead of being shame, it can end up being a stepping stone. I always say, just actually seeing things in writing, because we can say it in our head, but we're going to say what we want to say. But putting it in writing, you're actually forced to be honest with yourself.
Putting things in writing seems to be like a powerful move to make these days. Like whether it is your goals that you're trying to achieve, if it's aim or guilt that you're trying to get over. Talking about something that really happened in your life and you just can't get over it, writing it down. It's just like facing it, letting yourself know what you're trying to do. I don't even think stuff happens in your life until you write it down.
Yes. I don't think that you're able to honestly take that step toward that healing journey until you write it down.
And that's
until you're facing.
And that's what your book did at the end of the day. It helps force people to write stuff down while understanding it.
Yes.
What do you think? How do you think somebody can start healing if they don't know where to start?
That writing it down.
I was hoping you was gonna say that.
If they want a guide, they can always buy my book.
Yeah.
But that writing down.
I think that's a good place to start healing as well. It's just like writing it down. What about you? How do you feel about when people write it down in the form of music? What do you think about that?
It's still a way. That music ends up turning into your tool to heal. Because in order to put it in music, you have taken those feelings and allowed yourself to be honest with them and put them out. Healing is all about being honest with yourself and God.
No, I'm with you there. So, I know you told me it was some times that you feel like you never got your chance to finish writing this book. Is it like a person that like kept you like motivated or something, like husband, son, or a mentor or anything like that? Did somebody keep you motivated through all of this?
My father, as I said, he's an author. And my spiritual sister, who is an author also, Danielle. I showed them my first chapter, the draft of my first chapter. And both of them at totally different times told me, you need to publish this. Somebody needs to hear these words. And I took my time, but they kept pushing it.
No, that is a solid idea because I've been stuck writing this book, and one thing I never thought about was making this a workbook. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, mine started from my notes, from me journaling. This is how I made steps, and instead of writing down a story, I can ask people. Like, what are you doing to make it here? Or something like that. This is what I did. What about you on your journey? You know what I mean? I can make a work from start to finish. Wow, I can do that. I can do that. That's like, you see, I knew it was meant for me to meet you somehow. Like, I knew that this call was important for some reason. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what is it that I got to learn from this lady? Because every interaction that you have with somebody is important.
Yes, it is. It is. It really is. God puts people in your life for a season, for a reason.
So, if anything, something that I took from this call was that you already know it's like maybe don't write a story, maybe write a work. Yes, I'm actually super excited now. Rest of my day because I feel like I can finish my book and I can make workbooks to like help people travel. I can make workbooks on like starting a podcast, the podcast workbook. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I can publish it. I can do whatever. Just make a whole workbook.
Yes.
Stuff. Now, is your book is it digital or is it just or is it paper as well?
It's paper because it's a workbook. You need to be able to write in it.
Right, because writing is what actually you have to write it down. You can't type it down. It's not the same magic.
It's not. It's not. It really is not.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Is it one Bible verse or quote that continues to guide you along your journey?
Yes.
Which one is that?
Through all things for the good of the Lord.
Okay.
Because it lets me know and it reminds me that what I do brings pleasure to him. What I write, who I am able to get his word out to, it still brings pleasure to him. We're here to praise him. That's our main goal.
No, that's facts. And that makes sense. Just make sure what you're doing makes God happy.
That's right.
And doesn't make him sad or angry or anything like that. Just make sure you're doing it in the grace of God and you'll be doing the right thing each and every time. As long as you're doing it in the grace of God, you're doing it the right way. So, what's your book? What success do you hope to gain from writing this book?
To be at an event and have my readers come to me and tell me that this book had a lifelong effect on their journey.
Okay, no, that's powerful. So you want to meet somebody that says, look, this book changed my life. Thank you for putting this together.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I like that. I love that. Okay. So after this book, what's next for you? Are you going to write a new book or what you going to do?
I am presently working on two different things. One is a companion book, pocket size, that people can have that goes over the different emotions and the Bible verses that relate to that emotion. That way it's right there in your hand and you're able to, it's like, okay, something I'm dealing with guilt right here. And what do I need to say? What verse do I need to look at? So,
okay.
And then the other thing is a workshop dealing with feelings plus faith equals healing.
Is this workshop, is it going to be in person or is it going to be virtual?
I have it so that I can do it both. I'm reaching out some churches that I can do face to face. interactive, and then I also want to do it virtually
Okay.
because
So,
I'm sorry, virtually I reach more people.
so you're going to do it in person, but you're going to have a camera going as well, so it can be virtual.
Yes.
Okay. So where can people find this event or some stuff about it?
All of my events and podcasts and everything are on my website. That is TR Monroe Books with the S.com.
Okay. trmonroebooks.com. Okay. And that's where they find your book too? Your book and
Yes.
and
My book,
everything.
all my stuff is there.
Okay. So how can we connect with you specifically with your socials?
I am on Facebook and TikTok as author TR Monroe, and I'm on Instagram as TR Monroe.
Okay. And do you have a link for your book there too?
Yes, it's under my profile.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, T.R. Monroe. It's very great to have you, and I learned so much from you today, and I hope everybody else who watches this video also learned something. And thanks for joining.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to have my voice heard so that others can learn how to have their voice heard.
You are very welcome. So, but anyway, thanks for everyone for watching this episode of Founder Fumbles. Huge thanks to Tiara Monroe for coming on the show and sharing her highs, her lows, everything's in between. I'm going to put her links in the description. So if she inspires you in any way, shape, or form, if you want to check out her book, you can grab all that stuff in the description. And thank y'all for listening. Please don't forget to go like, subscribe, and comment, and all of that good stuff. I hear it really helps. I'm still trying to figure out what that feeling is like. So please go like and subscribe and comment and all that stuff. And that's it. Until next time, y'all. Peace.